Hi, I'm Gina Cheatham.
And I'm Ivy Hartman, and welcome to the Daily Mix.
One of us celebrated a milestone in our life this past week.
Oh.
Happy belated birthday,
Ivy.
Ivy.
A little too much enjoyment out of that one.
Ivy Jane.
Ivy Jane.
So what did you do for your birthday?
You know, everything I wanted to do. Took the day off, had lunch with girlfriends, had a nice little happy hour treat.
A little happy hour.
A little happy hour. And then there was a snow day the next day. It was perfect.
Fun. Perfect.
Yeah, very nice.
What'd you get for your birthday?
I had lots of fun. I also got to see all kinds of people, family and friends from all over.
Cute.
Yeah,
You were having a blast.
It was a lot of fun. And then my husband surprised me with some really great jewelry, so that was nice of him. Yeah, it was. I mean, it was really neat because people from all walks of life. You know, when they all come together from STL TV and all. My kids' friends, not parents. It was just really fun. It felt.
How cool is that?
Thank you.
What did he get you? Did he get you this beautiful necklace?
Did not. This was a gift from a friend of mine.
I love that necklace. I can't keep my eyes off of it.
Yep, it too could be yours.
So
A little shot. Maybe I know what to get you for your birthday. Thank you.
This is the Home Shopping Network.
Yeah. We could totally do that.
But right now we're going to talk about the Oscars.
There were a lot of people out there wishing that they had an Oscar, that's for sure. And there were some of those upset people, and there were some upsets in the Oscars with Best Picture winner going to Spotlight, which was, was the gripping newspaper expose of a child abused by the Catholic Church. And that was a big surprise. And then there was that emotional performance by Lady Gaga, who wrote that song and dedicated it to survivors of sexual abuse. And then she had all these survivors join her on stage.
I loved her outfit.
Oh,
gosh.
What a genius.
I love really that. That is so Gina.
Gina. And then, the favorite for Best Supporting Actor was actually supposed to be Stallone for his role in Creed.
Yes.
But he didn't get that nod, which I guess some people were surprised about.
But it's okay because he was looking so handsome and dapper. But, oh my God. Relatively unknown Brie Larson picked up the award for Best Actress in The Room.
Yeah.
That's right. But everyone was thrilled that six-time nominated Leonardo DiCaprio finally brought home the gold for Revenant.
Yeah, he finally looks his age. He looks old enough to date now. I don't know.
Okay. And the funniest moment of the night was when Chris Rock sent his girls out there to sell Girl Scout cookies. I was like, do the dang thing. And they made $65,000.
That must have been hilarious. I think I was asleep by then. I missed that.
But what I really, really enjoyed was the fact that Cheryl Isaac Boone, beautiful black woman, took the stage, who is the president of the Academy of Motion Pictures, Arts and Sciences, and she said, no. I want you to be very clear. Inclusion is who and what we're about, and there's going to be some major changes made. And by 2020, they are doubling the numbers in terms of diversity in the voting members. In fact, apparently there's been some people that have been voting that are no longer active. Hence the reason, perhaps, we're having years where there's no minority representation. So I'm really ecstatic to hear about
I'm glad she made that statement, and Chris Rock nailed it with his opening.
Oh my God, didn't he?
Speaking of opening, we killed it today. So let's get started with the Daily Mix.
Daily Mix.
Yep.
Check it out.
Gina, there are a lot of great reasons to live in downtown, the newly resurrected historic arcade apartment seems to be the very top of some people's lists.
Absolutely.
Now, the arcade building first opened in 1918, and it was a two-story interior shopping gallery that was capped by vaulted Gothic beautiful ceilings. Now, art still remains the focus of the arcade building's renaissance today as well.
The long vacant building in the 800 block of Olive Street reopened in December. Miss Ivy, with many of the apartments geared toward artists with affordable rates, workspace, and the goal of creating community.
I'm looking at this and I'm like, sign me up. Look at the light in that building.
Yes, it's beautiful. And they still have a lot of the old storefronts still inside the building because it's on the historic register. They had to leave a lot of things in place. But no, the rooftop is incredible.
You know what?
Love it.
Architecture is one thing that we love about St. Louis. We've got so many
Absolutely.
other jewels here, Forest Park and,
Oh,
great
yes.
eateries and stuff.
Absolutely. Oh, but they've got a lot of new restaurants opening up downtown. So I'm excited about that.
All right, so there you go. For the Arcade Apartments, if you want to get a new place to live, check it out online at arcade-apt.com. Wow. If I wasn't married and settled down with kids, I'll live. Why don't you get an apartment downtown? I'll live vicariously through you.
Well, actually, I am thinking about it.
I would love to visit you in your place.
Oh, come on down.
Well, we've got even more things to be proud of, not just in our city of St. Louis, but in our entire state. There was a recent article published by a business journal that basically ranked some of the top public universities in the country. And there was 250 of them that they ranked. And actually 8 of the top 250 are right here in Missouri. That's right.
Oh my God, well let's take a look. I think starting at the top of that list would be Mizzou, which came in 45th for the second year in a row.
Way to go, Mizzou.
And 6 other public universities listed are University of Missouri, Kansas, which ranked 107, Missouri University of Science and Technology, which ranked 113, and University of Missouri St. Louis, otherwise known as UMSL, came in at 123. Northwest Missouri State University was 230, and Missouri State University followed at 231. And Southeast Missouri State University was 238.
Right in there at that, almost right under the 250 cutoff.
Absolutely.
And they used all kinds of criteria to try to discern, what those top 250 were going to be. And I think Prestige ranked the top because 45th was where we started.
Well, no, I think that affordability really is at the top of those rankings. I mean, that's just my opinion.
Well, I agree, and yeah, it is certainly affordable to go to some of those Missouri top schools.
Absolutely.
Okay, so some more good news for things happening here in St. Louis and downtown St. Louis.
Absolutely.
It looks like redevelopment could be in the works for the long vacant Jefferson Arms building in downtown St. Louis. So Mike Samsaki, founder and president of real estate developer Altera International, has the building under contract, but it's not been listed at what price he's got it under contract for.
Well, let me just tell you this. Built in 1904 for the World's Fair.
It was a hotel, right?
Absolutely. It was at 415 North Tucker Boulevard. It was being used as a senior housing facility at first, and now, about a decade ago, Pyramid
paid $19 million for it.
Absolutely.
And so then they
plan to convert it to condos.
Yeah.
Speaking of condos.
I remember that. And
But the
then what
development
happened?
company collapsed in 2008 without starting the work on the project, and the 14-story building is on the National Register of Historic Places.
Which is significant because it is a historic place, but for its architecture and stuff. So I'm
Beautiful
intrigued
building.
to see what plans go into it and how they restore it and what that ends up being.
I think it would be a great place for condos.
I agree, just like they originally planned.
And with some mixed use at the bottom, so some
Great
restaurants
idea.
and some stuff like that. I like that type of living.
I do too, and I think more and more people are buying into it and moving back downtown, which we love.
Love.
All right, so more good news on the horizon. Those of you looking for a job, Bonfire, the St. Louis-based social media startup, raised $2.5 million earlier this year, and they've committed to doubling their employee count at their headquarters right here on the Hill.
And the company led by President Chris Dornfield and CEO Mark Sawyer expects to add a dozen new jobs by the end of the year. So Bonfire, if you haven't heard of it, helps users build custom social media platforms and specializes in corporate clients such as Marriott, Express Scripts, Merritt's Travel, Commerce Bank, and Centene. And most recently at their conference down in Orlando,
Bonfire, or Enterprise.
Enterprise, that's right. Enterprise used the app, and it was able to help them out with logistics, and they had more than 5,000 posts, which was shared within that community.
Isn't that cool? That's the whole idea of Bonfire, right? You're
Right.
gathered around the
Around the
bonfire
bonfire.
and sharing ideas and information. Cool.
And marshmallows.
That's my favorite. All right, listen up, guys. It's gonna be a taste of the world right here in Lafayette Square, and that's thanks to a U.S. Army veteran born and raised right here. Pierre Balentine was inspired by a military career that spanned 5 continents. Now, he describes his new restaurant, Balentine's, as the manifestation of a long-term dream to share culinary experiences from around the world while mentoring and empowering young people and furthering their talents and their careers.
That's right. The casual 250 seats restaurant has a seasonally changing menu of lunch, dinner, and weekend brunch offerings, and will also feature live music weekly. And if you want to be intoxicated with sophisticated interpretations of global comfort foods, stop by Balentine's restaurant at 1801 Park Avenue. And let me just tell you, what I love about it, it reminds me of a place that I used to frequent in Dallas, and you go there for happy hour, you stay for dinner, and then it turns into a big party because they've got live music, and I think it's something St. Louis was missing and is truly going to enjoy.
Ooh, when's your birthday? Let's go celebrate.
You want to go?
Yeah, that would be a great way to
do
spend
that.
the whole night. We'll just make it a half birthday.
Oh, yeah, and you know who? Their grand opening's March 12th, everybody.
Okay, good.
And Theo Peoples, if you know who he is.
Yeah.
You know Theo?
Yeah.
Yes, he was one of the singers in the Temptations. He will be performing there that night.
Oh, March 12th.
March
We're
12th.
not here that night, are we? I don't think so.
I don't think so.
All right. Well, all right, here's another good story for you. The Young Men of Kings of Distinction mentoring program at Central Visual and Performing Arts High School are on a mission. The 9th grade students are focused on maintaining academic achievement, raising our social and political cultural consciousness, and being of service to the community. So every Thursday for 3 hours, they meet after school for tutoring, mentoring, and character building. And like every young man, this group has big dreams and big goals.
That's right. Some of those goals include attaining an average GPA of a 3.0, participating in monthly community service projects, and maintaining a clean discipline record. However, their biggest goal this year is to go on a social justice trip to Chicago in May, where they can partake in a college tour, meet with community leaders, and visit places of historical civil rights significance.
Wow, nice.
That's right. I'm excited about it.
I
And
know.
although they've been raising funds and donated their own money and sacrificed other projects, they still need a little financial support, everyone. So help them out. Help them reach their goal. If you'd like to help the Kings of Distinctions reach that goal, you can go to www.gofundme.com/Kings of Distinction. And it's really not a lot of money they're asking for. If everybody just gave $5, $10, you'll make a difference in a young man's life. I love kids who are doing positive things.
It is a great opportunity too for students and young people to get out of one place and just see a totally another place.
Absolutely. I think that travel is one of the best
Great way
things
of
you can
putting
do
it.
for a child.
Great way of
and for yourself.
Agreed.
Exposing yourself to other worlds, other people, other foods. It's wonderful.
The
It's
food's my
wonderful.
favorite part.
Right, mine too.
And music's good too. So speaking, if you're a local music lover, you'll be happy to hear that after speculation over the event's future, officials with Lou Fest, the annual music festival held in Forest Park, have finally announced the 2-day concert will actually be held September 10th and 11th this year, and it's the 7th year for the event. The concert is actually organized by Listen Live Entertainment and C3, the Austin, Texas company that also produces Austin City Limits and Lollapalooza festivals.
Last year's attendance broke all previous records with 25,000 fans attending each day. The event generates an estimated $875,000 in direct economic expenditures here in St. Louis. A lineup for this year's festival is expected to be announced in May.
I can't believe we have to wait that long.
Absolutely. Last year they had Ludacris and everybody was there. I loved it.
All right, all the details, look for it on loufest.com. And here's a win-win situation for everyone. Earlier this week, LouFest founder Brian Cohen revealed that he's sold his share of Listen Live Entertainment, the company that founded LouFest. And he has plans to start a new festival in the Cortex Innovation District called Murmuration. It'll be a multifaceted 3-day event that will include music along with science, technology, and art.
That sounds fun. Cohen has teamed up with Cortex president and CEO Dennis Lower. The festival scheduled for September 23rd through the 25th will be on Cortex developing 200-acre campus in Midtown, and it will feature free and ticketed events geared toward all ages. A lineup of speakers and musical acts is expected to be announced later on this summer. I can't wait to see who they bring in.
Back-to-back music festivals in September. I think that's the season for it, isn't it?
Absolutely. It's about the best weather. It's not too hot.
It's in St. Louis for sure, that's true. And if things couldn't get any better for music fans, well, guess what? They can with the upcoming anticipation of the long-awaited National Blues Museum, which will be opening in April. Now, whether it's jazz or folk, country or pop, rock or rap, the blues has exerted a very deep and profound influence that resonates to us in this day and age in music. And on a national stage, the St. Louis area has struggled with race relations this past year. But more positive circumstances for celebrating the city's rich African-American heritage is about to surface.
And the museum will focus not only on the music's cultural history, but also its place as the foundation of American music, especially as a genre that transcended boundaries of race and background. The $14 million, 23,000 square foot museum is located in the Mercantile Exchange Entertainment District in downtown St. Louis.
Another great reason to be downtown.
Downtown. Everything's happening in downtown.
You know, whenever I'd have people come from out of town, I always take them, and really they want to see the homeland of the blues, you know, and St. Louis.
Absolutely.
Being from California, very cool. All right, opening April 2nd. You can get all the details online, bluesmuseumstl.com. And we always have a lot of fun.
We do. You and I, we're fun.
She allows me
times.
to not take life too seriously. But in all fairness to you, our viewers, we want to be able to highlight issues that are also of importance here in our city, negatively and in our community. So just to highlight, a new report released by the St. Louis County Department of Public Health shows that a dramatic uptick of heroin-related deaths has been occurring in the county. Now, between 2010 and 14, the number of deaths linked to heroin use in the Midwest remained the same. However, in St. Louis County, they actually saw a spike.
Absolutely. 24 of the county's 48 zip codes have rates higher than the rest of the country.
Wow.
As far as hotspots, St. Anne is reporting the most heroin deaths per 100,000 people at more than 30. Berkeley comes in next. Overland and Lee May also have among the highest heroin death rates. Can you believe it?
No, it's frightening.
It is very frightening.
I'm scared for my children. I'm scared for people I know and love, and anybody that I don't know. But we're also glad to help also bring you crucial news about what's being done to help solve the problem. The United States Drug Enforcement Administration recently announced that St. Louis is going to be the second pilot city to be part of a comprehensive law enforcement and prevention 360 strategy to help cities dealing with heroin and prescription drug abuse epidemic. And it's also association with violent crime.
And the strategy takes a three-pillared approach involving enforcement, diversion, targeting all levels of drug traffickers with the law enforcement branch with the DEA, control engaging drug manufacturers and pharmacists to raise awareness of the problem. And then community outreach is a big part of the program, which is changing attitudes around the community. It's a 360 strategy that launched in Pittsburgh. And for more information, visit DEA.gov.
That just started in November, so it's
Absolutely.
kind of it's not great that this is our claim to fame, that we're going to be a piloted program, the second in the nation. But it's great that we are doing something and making strides.
And that we're getting the resources that we need, which brings us to our guest tonight. Hello, how are you, Miss Natalie?
Good, how are you?
All right, Natalie Benjamin is joining us. She's the outreach representative of Harris House. Tell us more about what Harris House is.
So Harris House Foundation has been around for over 50 years. We have been serving individuals struggling with drug and alcohol addiction. We have a detox program, a 28-day intensive inpatient program, and then transitional housing, intensive outpatient services. We have now grown. We were at South Broadway location for many, many years. We now have opened up our new location off of in West County, off of Mason and 40, which we can serve individuals just for our intensive outpatient program. However, our 28-day program, what we really do is we not only focus on the addiction and the disease of alcoholism and this drug abuse that's been going on, but also there's a mental health component. So we are a dual diagnosis treatment facility, so we have to combine both. And then we provide transitional housing for people who have lost jobs, have not had jobs, have been in jail. So that program is really designed to help individuals get back on their feet again, recovery with responsibility, get counseling services, help them find employment, start building that self-esteem that they've lost to this disease.
This sounds wonderful.
It's an amazing program. All our counselors are licensed and credentialed in both mental health and addiction, and it's just a program that I have seen so many miracles. So many miracles. There's hope with heroin.
Talk about the numbers then. Talk about the number of
lives
you've changed.
Yes.
Exactly.
So we have over 50% success rate, which is so high. That's really high in addiction. Unfortunately, I think, don't quote me on this, the average rate of United States is like really low. So we do exit interviews with all our clients who attend our 28-day program. I get the opportunity to do that. We have the lowest at 1, highest 5, 1 being they didn't like it, 5 being high. We have a 4.83. Our clients love our program. That is really high.
how does someone get involved in the program? Because this sounds so exciting, and I'm looking at you, and you're so excited about it. I'm sure there are other people out here who would love to be a part of your services.
So you would just have to call 314-631-4299 or find us on the web at www.harrishouse.org. And what we do, basically you're gonna get me on the phone. I do all the admissions. I get the opportunity to help and intervene and help guide these families on not only where to send them through Harris House or guide them into other referrals or resources. So you can call me at any time. I'm always available, and I will guide you and put you in the right program.
Now,
Are there-
go ahead.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Are there any age limits?
Oh, good
Oh,
question.
yes, good question. 18 and older.
Okay.
So we can 18 and older. So.
Okay, perfect. Now, I know you've got alumni events, so you bring some people
Yes,
back, but you
yes.
also have another big event coming up.
We do.
Talk about what's happening this weekend.
So this weekend, everyone's invited. March 4th at the Four Seasons, 7 o'clock is our Passport to Recovery event. So last year we were in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. This year we're in India. So we have India-themed food and all different India-themed events going
Very
on.
How
nice.
exciting, how exciting.
So you can register on www.harrishouse.org and go to news and events, and you can register there.
Awesome. So great food, great fun, some great entertainment. Passport Recovery STL.org is the website, and the event is this weekend.
It's benefiting Harris House. It's on Friday, March the 4th from 7 to 11 p.m. at the Four Seasons Hotel.
What a great event.
It is.
Exactly.
Come, you're invited.
What a great way to experience and help support Harris House. Well, thank you for joining us. You know, you can check us out on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram, and you can drop us a line at the Daily Mix at stltv.net. We definitely want to hear from you.
That's it for the Daily Mix, but keep it right here on STL TV and experience St. Louis.
Of course, yay.
See you next time.
Oh, yeah, see you next time.
Forgot.
See, I did.
We want to see you again.
Come back.